Oleksandr Peleshenko came to weightlifting following his elder brother. In the town of Petrivske, Luhansk oblast, there was no special choice of sports sections. You could either run on a football field or exercise in a workout gym with a barbell. After a traumatic injury, the elder brother gave up weightlifting. But Oleksandr Peleshenko rose to the rank of two-time European champion, and at his first Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, he did not make it to the medal pedestal, taking 4th place. Zodiac sign: Capricorn. Eye color: brown. Favorite season: summer. Favorite drink: lemonade. Achievement in sport: European champion. Achievement in life: I think it's a family. Favorite book: Three Comrades. Favorite movie: there's a bunch of them. I'm a movie buff. Oleksandr Peleshenko started weightlifting at the age of 9. At first he got into it because he had nothing better to do. His role model was his elder brother. Coaches did not really want to mess around with young Sasha. My brother and his friends began to go there to the gym. I was 9 years old and curious, so I followed him. The coach did not want to take me at first because he trained children from 12 to 13 years. But I said to him that I'm going in my brother's footsteps and I will come here one way or another. Then it went, and that's all. Then a half a year later, I took 3rd place in the regional championship. Perhaps that first certificate at the age of 9 helped Oleksandr Peleshenko fall in love with weightlifting. When you can be the best of the best, it is very inspiring. At the regional competitions, the 30-kilogram athlete was the youngest in the group. I remember all my competitions. I then performed in the category of 36 kilograms. It was in the town of Slavyanoserdsk. I lifted 27 kilos and then 37 kilos. And I myself weighed only 31 kilos. There is no lower category for children. After 6 months of rigorous training, Oleksandr Peleshenko won his first regional competition. Even then, he attracted the attention of specialists, and over time he began to hone his skills in weightlifting in the sports school. Mom did not want to let me go. The coach was also somewhat unsure, but I was never a very obedient child. For me, it was just to go somewhere to get out of the house. I did not even realize all the responsibility that this sport requires, no matter how serious it was. I just wanted to leave home and train. I went to the sports school. The first year I developed very quickly. The second year was a bit harder. I already began growing up and thinking. The 3rd year was over. I understood what I wanted. Some 10 years passed between the time that Oleksandr was thinking and setting some goals in this sport until the moment when he won 2 European championships, became 4th at the Olympic Games in Rio. One of the mentors of the national team, Denis Gottfried, is sure that Peleshenko will get his awards at the World Championships and Olympiads. We have not had such an athlete for a long time. Probably for about 4 or 5 years. And this star appeared. He won 2 European championships. At the Olympics, we almost did not have enough. It just so happened that a lot of strong athletes were in one category, and he literally did not have enough to take a prize-winning place. Oleksandr Peleshenko does not consider his performances at his first Olympic Games successful. He trained to win a medal and showed medal results, but in Rio he lifted 175 kilograms, in a jerk 210. He took 4th place, losing to the champion Iranian Kianush Rostami. I performed in old tights. They tried to mend them with scotch tape, but the tape did not stick and my tights fell. During the snatch they held on, but on the jerk they constantly fell. Gottfried constantly retaped them, but they still fell down, and the controller did not let me go out on the platform. So they broke my momentum, and I just fizzled out. Some strip on the tights would seem to be rather trifling, but this is enough to throw any athlete out of balance. I was very confused by this all ado about nothing. I seemed to be ready and I lifted the weights. I could take 3rd or 2nd place, or even could fight for 1st place, but some petty obstacles bring you down and exhaust your inspiration. Fourth place at the Olympic Games 2016 taught Peleshenko a lot. First of all, there are no petty things in sports. And secondly, in order to win, you need to train harder. In any case, our hero learned a lesson from his first Olympic Games. When I win, I understand I cannot relax or raise my hands and say to the crowd, "Hey, you all, look at me." I must go to the gym on a regular basis and work harder and harder. I add more and more kilograms. And when I lose, I feel the same. I draw conclusions. I analyze my mistakes with my coach Yura Chikida and with my first coach from my hometown, Vitaly Hrebelny. They told me what to do. After that, I was gung-ho and started advancing towards victory. At the first major post-Olympic competitions, the European Championships in the Croatian city Split, Peleshenko came hungry for medals and angry at himself and his rivals. When I was preparing for Europe, I trained with such anger in order to go to show and win, especially when I learned that the Russian Artem Okulov, the current world champion of 2015, and the Bulgarian, the silver medalist of 2014, would come to compete. I said, "Phew." I had such an appetite just to go and prove that I'm Ukrainian and I'm not weaker than the prize winners of the world. So I went and I proved it. The high result of Oleksandr are due to his great talent and even thanks to his diligence. He was lucky with his mentors, who developed an effective, reliable technique. Strength plays a huge role in this sport, but technique is even more important. Also, if you are not ready morally, then you will gain nothing at all. I will not mention names, but some guys came to us who first were so soft and gentle, and later they become such beasts, and brought medals home for our country from Europe and from other parts of the world. Oleksandr Peleshenko has many rivals on the platform, although he considers himself the main opponent. He knows that in his sport, psychology almost always plays the main role. Not everyone can just walk up and tune up just to tear off from the floor and over his head something 2 or 3 times more than his own weight. Some will simply be afraid to even try this if their moral system is weak. In other words, they will think that such a feat is absolutely impossible. They will simply leave the mat and not even give it a try. Peleshenko had never had such fear before the barbell. He's not easily scared and is always ready to throw a challenge to any weight. I might break myself, but I will get under the barbell anyway. At least I will try. I can be knocked out there, falling off my chest or tearing it backwards. I'll fall forward, but I will tear it from the floor in anger and pull it upwards. I will try to do everything to pick it up, whatever it is and whatever it takes. But I do not know what fear means. I have never come across such a notion. Today, the men's national team of Ukraine has 2 leaders in this strongman sport: Oleksandr Peleshenko and Dmytro Chumak. Dima is the captain of the team and remembers Sasha from his first appearance in the team. I still remember him as a little boy. What pleases me is that the man really grew up as an athlete. It's nice to watch a person grow in this way in order to become the best and reach the top. He is simply a very promising athlete. He became a 2-time champion of Europe before my very eyes. For me, it's a great pleasure to see as the team captain. In the team, Peleshenko is called a grinder. He never lacked desire and the ability to work hard to achieve his goal. Honestly speaking, really talented athletes rarely become very titled. Success comes to really hard workers who accumulate their results, let's put it this way, biting the nitty-gritty, and not just thanks to their God-given talent given by nature. Oleksandr's motto for life is tattooed on his right hand: Amat Victoria Curam, which from Latin as victory likes hard work. In fact, these are the right words which should push on the true path not only me, but everyone else. What can I say? No pain, no gain. If I lose on the platform or there's a challenge I cannot handle, I cannot blame the coach or someone who has pissed me off. I blame only myself. So I did not work much in the gym. Based on such a philosophy and attitude, these very words gradually and successfully formed in my head. The idols for Peleshenko on the platform were in their time exclusively Ukrainian strongman heroes Ihor Shimochko and Oleksandr Peleshenko. Yesterday, idols became good friends of the star. Our hero does not suffer from the disease known as starstruck. I do not consider myself a star. Many people do not consider me a star either, because those who know me will not tell me that. The thing is, they know that it makes me very angry and evokes the response in me. A star is one who quickly rises and then falls even faster. The most valuable medals from the 2 European Championships are gathering dust every day on Peleshenko's bedside table. He held them in his hands when he first conferred them. I do not see myself as a star. I do not even feel like I'm a 2-time European champion. I went, just did my favorite thing and came home with medals. The medals I brought home neatly lie in the bedside table. When they were put around my neck, I looked at them and that's it. Oleksandr Peleshenko does not like flaunting his champion titles from Europe, probably because the main victories are exactly ahead of him. And his main dream, winning a gold medal at the Olympics. Gold from the Olympics is one thing, and the record is another. But in my category, if I make my record, then it will be gold. So I have 2 in 1 turns. With his desire for high results, his efficiency and sporting selfishness, Oleksandr Peleshenko is a shining example for his older colleagues as well. Indeed, he shines like his medals. It's absolutely normal when an athlete is an egoist in terms of a sport and result. We're in different categories, and we have a global landmark, namely a world record. Another landmark is the current World Championship, where there are several previous ones to understand what can be lifted to become a world champion. So the struggle is purely sporting and friendly, but the fight is great because someone is stimulating you, and you are stimulating someone else. Oleksandr spends most of his time in ordinary life in the gym. He's a very cheerful and friendly guy. He's an erudite and well-read, demanding, and has a specific goal in life. You need to ask my girl what I am and who I am. I do not know. I cannot describe myself. I like to rest with my friends. I often try every weekend to get together with them for a shish kebab, because it's a fun way to spend your leisure time. But I have become stuck on Khmelnytsky because my girlfriend is from that oblast. I try to leave the training camp for a day, get together with my buddies. They are not all athletes. Somewhere we grill shish kebabs or go to a sauna to steam. Oleksandr Peleshenko tries not to focus only on sports. He reads a lot in his spare time. There was a new film, Contrabass. We watched it with Dima Chumok and another colleague. This is a comedy with our Ukrainian actors. I was pleasantly surprised because I usually watch English, German and American comedy films. This is a Ukrainian comedy, and it turned out to be no worse than its foreign rivals. It was very cool, and I strongly recommend that you watch it yourself. Oleksandr is only 23. This is the golden age for weightlifting. How long it lasts depends on the coach, but more on the athlete. Longevity in sports and in general sports is a fragile thing. You need to constantly think, get stuck in it and be professional to the core. And that's not only when you are training, but throughout the day, when you stick to a rigorous regime, eat right, and then you can think straight and stay focused on your ultimate goals in life. There is no doubt that Oleksandr Peleshenko thinks correctly and straight. He's wise beyond his years. He knows what he wants from life, and he will definitely achieve it.